na ya no discussions na eji ya brother ko mo banche papa me be chiefo ene the biggest story ne ba be hwe Ghana say ye koye nhyehyɛ na yetimi enya program bi a IMF bitimi a support yen asoman. This is the biggest announcement eba beto dwa na ye enrada emunsem aye bebre na ene anope ye ba na ye baba bidi ho enkomo edi asedebema Pius Bedu Banse na obi obenewa Abdullahi Dasmani womu ene ebo bi chido ma edi dwumadi ye de bro midi de Jerry OSEI AGYEMAN William Sango ewa ha oye former first vice chairman de ma Okan Kwi South na eye Emmanuel Alote Adote also a member of the NDC communication team 2020 elections on a parliamentary candidate enyanso tuum edema NDC onso eba bekan ye ho ewa ha any other interviews ye de bebrewe ene anopei ewo neat 100.9 na yebisa ye ho say so far announcement ababeto dwa say Ghana yebeko IMF Ghana yako IMF no for 16 solid times 16 solid times 1966 and ye shall see the first time ye de call IMF the last one ye call ye 2015 and ye de wie December 2018 so far ye IMF ye kwa na ye bia dwempo say IMF ne fa so bia ni so eti ade na ye ha ye ho say ye be call IMF ni nyina de bonsem ayedeja William Sango watena se Willie be mo akwa aba na empomu tesen
ye daso ye daso kasa ide ne chese nyame ode acheye
okay ye de nyakopon ase na ene ye share discussions na se na ye elaborate me hwe no so say ye candidate ye national youth national organizer position of the MPP no right sifi me hwe no say oba be ka me ho ne ye no e be bon komo efa ye kondi ne ediswadi hu na ode pair youth organize no your organizer position 90 bright ebebefia really mama no won shase now yenya the biggest announcement eye nipa bia dwen say mo pa just mo disappointed Ghana for because some mo ka fa IMF one name more resort to IMF no aye bibie wo ho go as the party by saying it to
enia the bia me kan say you are say there adane and you bet you so no na ye chia etifo na me chia Okan Kwi South for no be chia the regional chairman Divine Agohum na me chia general secretary nso John Bodu me chia na no pay na me chia honorable Aziko say na honorable Joseph Kujo minister for public enterprises no pay be am wo bia me chia mo na manka so na me kan say you are so there adane na ho a nyama bitimi si wa brabom outimi hu say we there say ohia moa enu ntina da bia even omu amwo sika kora no sometimes do baby a omu hia obi a mo betimi trust no ene say nipa no sika po no mo pe o but omu hia obi a mo betimi trust na nipa no beka say so nipa there o si e na emre na ewo mu no ye hwe covid semsema e de ba yasim na ye hwe Ukraine ni Russia war yi nyama e de aba I'm told say your friend say Russia ye di sanction to omo so say ma yen omo ye kraka ye nto ni nyina nka ho ma ene wo hwe wiase abaye din war na they thought say o bia be 1 month bia na yi no ene ye nam 3 or 4 months mu ene akuyi and so na wiase abaye basa obia e ka ho asem even economies are more strong to say Egypt no money e kra no omo de kan e ko IMF dada omo no mo start discussing say on be bomb nti emre na ye wo mu no baby a edo no say ye be hia moa na sa moa no betimi ama ye hu ahaha ye kakra e bia ye commitment bi ye loans ni nema bia se kutia interest ni nema bi no I am a bet me boy am sanema na de aba fomma ye hu ahaha ama ye sika kakra he wo no ye betimi e de manage ye hu amanage ye hu ye very well nti Osha yen situation no issues na ewo ho no emedin the NDC for 2014 na omokoye 2015 omokoye no nyama omodi koye na ye problem by then na ye problem ye den ye problem den shocks bi na ba external shocks be na ba nunti say ye call IMF ene ohwe problems na ye woman no problems na anu ye din na nda bia me kan say family bia as a head of family na oyire no umma eyare a eye asema din even on your own no say oyire no umma yare no da hospital enye easy the same thing like president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo a covid by ya hu sene Ghana for yare Ghana for ewi whatever he has to do to make sure say ahwande no be back a Ghana for ye hu ben ye benya ahwande no he did it. And no ebasa et say one say o family o yere no ma mu te say omu fa omu ko da hospital na o ko bobusia e make sure say o de beti omu hospital bills a omu besa nya hoade asa be fie and omu be fie wi a eno de na fe mu atena say sika ya abusia ya me ko boy na ye den na akotu akwa na be ya next time e bi babio ma den na ye be ye enti o hwe president Nana Moto and as a government Nana Moto a Kenya sa COVID shots ni friends Russia Ukrainian war ya abaya edi sem bebre about the whole world and obienim just say yenyonom NDC for no pese omutu futuro go amanfo ani entina omo sorry a nema hu hia no no mo ka wuru oba bia nyare oyire bia nyare hwe anyewo na wo ko bobosia na obi a ono ne yire ni nem yare yakobo bosia oju do hu be compare no nipa ono ne yire ni manya e da hospital yakobo bosia no odo hu be compare say wa anya de no wunu na den ne high 2014 2015 then problem pa na aba you asemu a e bia be kan ye ntia oko IMF enti story no anansa scenario no anansa situations no e different kra ama ene obi atiase and me I keep saying say when you have a leader leader no or kind of credit say hana me pese yeko na hana yeko a ebetimi aboya that's the most important thing because only the amount for na unkan no credit na nkyerɛ mo a sometimes no omo kra mo hu kikan be do achi no din but aban say government say baby a ye do no ye hia mmoa ye say yeko IMF no mo be boye no mo kati pressure bia be ba ye so no omo so no maye nitimi jan na so niama I believe say I mean, governance.
But politically, you're good to my NPP. Because NPP, some of them for IMF, editia, opponent NDC, from one bemono. And that for more.
Yeah.
Politically, is it good? Yes, Abai is taking the tougher decision because which Kratana, or said the president has authorized the finance minister.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, finance minister is on record. Oka baako February mu, oka baako May mu. Oh, let's say IMF ade nyade aben. So now the point is it politically correct for Momo Party?
And nia ewo ho available opportunity a ewo ho enelu say esi ekọ ho because enana me ka je say ohwe om time no 2014 2015 omo de call yet omo delay omo de fi aban mo no na external shocks ben pa na ayo ewo we asem problem ben pa na wo ho eno da na ma example say me no nyina ye ware na o sorry a o bobusia o bobusia na me the only time me kwa bobusia na time me yire ni me ma ekogu hospital omo hu mfa omo obi enim sampa me yire ni ma hospital am ko bobusia me no me justification than what oye no ma ewo fi ahwe nya omo so sorry abusian kwa na wo so to say so and now sorry the next door now mwada bia oji mo afrin ho enti ene no scenario no e different say situation na me find me hu ene no omo nya omo nim na say omo your friends say omo president kra kan say see your IMF and so they know say situation na your woman ene no there's no any leeway bia than say obekọ IMF na eniama say IMF edi bwa no etimi eden edi so anoma external shocks to say o debt ni niam bi o say obetua by force na ye ni sasika na ene no say omotimi aginem say omotimi ginem emaye nti o hwa politically no this is the time I see a IMF and here see a kind of crack and I am happy say a buy no a kind of crack Ghana for say direction me person me call the minister some pair president no Ghana for to abamano Ghana for trusting Ghana for himself or team Ghana for himself or him for Adam for no or no there or say na me person me because unu na to abamano ya to abama minister the minister say inquire and no problem but the president na ye to aba Ghana for enya gide onimu to abamano there or say na ye be boy enti na ehia ne say o leader ebe kan no kre achew say e form no say na net and no e basa na mo amudi nti so mo ti ase na mo support na mo di mo awon di mo adwene nya support ya ebe koyi ama enti na ehia ne say enukredie and I me there be me kan say na do dan kwakofo ado ehiamfo adamfo ade ba kwa oye a evidence say so kan no kren so obeka no kren na kire and I see situation na ye wom no this is the direction of us ye kwa ebe boye and no na Ghana fo nyina ye be giatom na ya sorry gina say your presidency direction say ye kwa ebe boye nyina na supporting na ebe boye nyina tinia and this for e kan dey say na me my example no oyere nya ye na obobusia na obi ni yire ni man na go hospital go bobuzia uni no mu situation no enye the same nti omonti ase say 2014 2015 no mo di call IMF no na ye how pa e wo wiase no na ye den and next situation no assistant story no e difficult
story no assistant say ye how no and the detail ye nti a ese ye call IMF
yes because situation na ye wom sisi ya no and na make John strong economies in Africa, Egypt, no name, any IMF, started a deal commander because Omo who say situation na bano, and I said Niamana ACC no, the only place I'll bet me enya bibi dia chiton as a fence be odun kombo na ma ebia o debt interest be ni niam bia so tiano ultimately holding on to you na wanya kwan amanage nia owo no and so situation in there obi enim say baby aye wo sese ya no na ese ko IMF and I'm happy say your president are taking bold step and that is about MPP your leaders when we let them now
but I say finance minister no your hopes echo high because enya dey say you call IMF it say the comments ni nyina na later ebeba say president taking bold finance minister ono no wen na onim ono na hwe sika sem so baby na no amako no onim ana
odim but onu ya nto abama no nti ontimi be take decision onu Ghana for ye nto abama no onu brabe boam yo onu a hand of extension say brana be boam na be ye finance minister but onu ye nto abama no e ontimi be ka kire say no person ye oko and it is good say your leader na president na Ghana for e wo gidi woni mu eto abama no e be ka say na me person me ko and that is it but the finance minister there onu be boam keke ndi obi fra say bedidi a eno nche say aduane ye odia eno de ye oni obetimi aye eni nia wontimi nye this president catch say yes say answer na obetimi aye and I want to catch president say nia o say minye no minye and say president fra say ye call IMF be say debi no osmafo ndi wadwuma wo ho nia o ma wadwuma no say na me pese me ye and that is it and ehia say o ye leader o be kan okre enokre de me de when I'm with you now, kind of crowd only mean to me nante. And credit is very important. And I know and other societies no any. See a be kind of crowd. Young boy say oh yeah party and have there. Oh party and have the time no grow party biom. No. See this is the direction. Me per se yoko. E be new and but ochina no. E be there. Then na president ko take board this is your call heaping. Ghana why na kuntiano. Why na kasantiano. But he was a leader. He knows that. Ghana for atu abama no say obeye bibi tronku edro a nyu no say ono na di anim na yenom and ampanzu oye ye nyina anim fa so a edi bre Ghana man enti situation na aba no ne beba e ne president kan ye and ye nyina no we are going to support and ne ehia ne say na American no o leader kan no clear e say odi ahwade agina echi na support na make sure say government no ebeye ne say oye man ye and say oboa obanya di aboa e wo Ghana ha no then some cancer friends help no na ye nyina collectively no ye move when the structures are working na e bibia ye fan ya we can still come back here buy na and this for near IMF buy a nyama 1 2 3 bima.
But wouldn't you also think say IMF no yebeko na yenkone keke? And now on mine na understanding na yenya so mine na yedi programs e kwa akoto omanim. Na wo mo ahwe kwa on befa so no matimi sponsor such programs no. E dia maye. Ono so be sponsor obe ensure say wo fiscal discipline obe you sika yie because wutimi nka say your friends say wu ni sika wakwa abosia bo wi anu aba be say wo ye adoye pipa no on hwe wo sa so say the city it affect some of the interventions of the government. Would you believe that?
Definitely, but and what I know no say and I would say nimeni bi ebeye enkoye nima obe invest into it ebia osika na odi gum no ebeche ansana ba sa side no intermediate I know say ebia ba say rules ni nima the PESA presidency the year of rules look every municipal every district in this country ukwa ubehun say nanado dan kwa kufado rules thought man say eno no a long time investment esika pudo yenyina so ye nim nyama yako into sa areas ni other places I know say the friends say ebe from kakra because omo mmon kwan ma say na ebia ono no see year of road now the yesika ni ahodi nyina ehye honum na ebia be but pro friends say policies ni be I know say eno there it is allowed but say you eno the boy because at the end of the day the base no na your president or person or base or build say or be after 5-10 years, what are the legacies? And Ghana for youth na eba no, himfa na eja omo. And that is why he makes sure say you benya free SHS na anye hwe. Me because after secondary school me be born for 10 years. Zana me call back to university. Me know because I saw him say me that so but when you have the basis now, you can go and let me tell you, me masters baby. Me your friend say all right. Yes, you know. Because you name say school no ko bi pa. Yes, you ko bi. So to say. But at least me your basis, in after factory 10 years, and let me never factory bio. So to say, because at least me was in school. Me remember factory me I feel me call university, me born masters, me born let me go about PhD. So to say. So that is near legacy and another person there or the giant because coming in secondary school after 10 years of factory hand coming going. I'll still be a factory hand. I'll still go on pension as factory hand. So the most important thing is the mobile basis, after SS there, there 15-20 years, you can still go back. And no nebe boy I bema Ghana the acronym. And I mean can say me minya cranka, law cranka, no free. And I friends there, ye money pa be brain ko. Because it's in Jerry. And now obi Eddie Bibi Bremi. Proposal keke bia me tro me ye me no. Can this time I was surprised. Thought monsieur. Look, a crime, Monsieur Ogimpa, public administration, governance and leadership law. And they put BB together for him. And he was surprised. So I believe it's a long put there, you're more behind there, and Kobe. Because he had a bio dream, a more advantage being in your maybe. I think the media, school there, Senator Nanado, a year no, there. Because me, bad boy, the classmate on your movie, those days not free as no. Almost 12 years to 2018 as I'm doing call. By then, I'm a banner you. Me never can say me banner university. Third month, I'm calling almost 3 years as I'm call SS because na free SS ni mamiton your friends watermelon. Obey the ahia call no school. So I heard here bibia in minister me president Danakuma super the on person Ghana for after 10-15 years after there obehun Ghana ni na say ohun direction oko. Basana society security issues ni national security adwuma no ebedoso because the nipa na do level be na pressure who say nothing is working for him now. That is where he begin to think otherwise and then mamifa shortcut be sort of but when there's education there's certificate masa onye adwuma kura the day opportunity be ba no you will make it sort of say so menua baby ayewu no de na hia say ye call IMF
all right
na ombemboye na yetimi jan na so and I know say na okay no or say nipa wudi anu wewu but economy ni there esaya we can still work it back thought man say na say you clean after COVID no we were able to manage we were managing ourselves to buy and inflation baby nam thought man say and ya ban your government be a obaso inflation ni interest rate ni sanyama no make sure say e be conform and so but baby I do see no e see IMF ni enhwe near manager near me will come back and run the country. Thought myself, send na Ghana for nim na do danko kufa I don't know. We'll do that.
Found messages no for 050-372-1744 050-172-3744 me pa so na ye be kenkan na ye de amount Emmanuel Lote Adotin so ewa ha member of the NDC na ma me ka o say honorable Brighter Silfi Kumi or your national organizer hopefully or your candidate original national organizer wo MPP di mo wa ha enti ye no ba be din komo ballot paper no so no order number 1 enti ono so obeba ye no be din komo Ima aban to IMF say right now more NDC for na more advice aban ko IMF say wako enti abasobode na say koma aban
Or expose you and so. Boy.
Metie minua say ewo if anything in same okano they are still bragging and comparing mo ba mo twantro sa e dia winning power mo twantro sa e di rule and then look at the results and you are still not humble to agree say you have mismanaged the country and you are still bragging, blaming and comparing. Metie I don't know biological composition seriously. Maybe I wonder how they are. And you see, this is a very difficult moment.
They were making a point. Say situation that they call IMF and it's different from a situation.
It can never be different. In fact, the condition, yes, I agree, it's different because the condition is worse than 2015. And I'll take my time and take you through one by one. Wow, it's worse. Intimity, lecturers, they come and tell us it's different and they defend them. No, I weep for those lecturers. I'm telling you, some of them were heads of department. Tell me, second master's, economics department. I'm like, come on, you taught me, you are saying this. Wow. At this point in time, no, say the leadership will be humble. And in Crawford, they also be humble and tell us that, look, things are bad, but be with us. But when you come and you still brag, say you have the best people to manage the economy. Look, Marjorie, you are a journalist, a seasoned one, of course. What's your name? IMF director. I can say, yeah, Niemanu said since 2019. Maybe so. So 2019, not COVID. We are saying now Ukraine, a Russian war. Now, this man said it. Niemanu say before 2019 December, and you are here putting heavy blame on COVID. And Russia-Ukraine war. Marjorie uti kromo and truck drivers. Baby funny in Crawford call strike. Ball. That was last year, Marjorie. After Russia-Ukraine war, Abba. Why were they on strike? Ball. Car park. No. Last year. Was it not because of the fuel price? No. Please. Please. It's last year. They keep telling lies. Listen now. Last year.
It was last.
That time, now Russia, Ukraine, war about. But they're not talking about the fuel price. You see, you keep on telling lies. I don't know your composition. Seriously. Maybe I wonder. At this point, like you humble yourself, I will bomb person. I mean to me, and you my omunim ye. Let me say, at this point in time, you are still telling lies. And you are putting blame on people. And you are even comparing. Marjorie, on say way before over Kaya November, I'm already budget for this year. No, you can say, then I must sell my no. E-levy is not the root because e-levy no, Mboa is a regressive tax. You can now, are they be a regressive no? When we phone bebre, unsua who this tax no, you will never get the money because there is tax avoidance and tax evasion. Me say no, me feel say I then Mboa mia, sa kwa no me faso, and you can't arrest me. That's tax avoidance. They be because say, Upa, you go to Accra Mall, no call your friend say, Bibi or Eddie no, then you go and buy their food. Upa you find a chop in the corner and go and buy the food. The prices are different. You go Accra Mall, Bibi or Eddie no, you will pay VAT on the food. Oh, I mean, choba, you can't force me. In the same way, you can't say this 11, you know, people will avoid it because me the Majerica, na say me babe tuawo. Na say me feel say if they charge me telco, they charge me 11 ya. People will feel coin. And I say maybe say and now coin. Yes, share point be. Nobody can hold me. It's regressive. And the money I'm moving short term to medium term. So I say cannot munya. They can so go to the IMF because must send yama. Oh, yanko. And the finance minister will come and say we will never go. Or say microphone. I forgotten the quotation of mine. So baby, it's dry for only some of them said, and that's what NDC is standing for. And so on. I remember even somewhere last year, current president, a meeting be a water region. But that time, now, former president Mahama, I can't say my economy. Or no can say it's Mahama who teach me how to manage Ghana in line of economics. And they say, to know. Oh, you catch him say the only way out is say, IMF no. Name boy, no delay and can after November, the economy of this Ghana will collapse. Then no say different. Of course, it's different because factors are Yediko 2015 were far better than your time. Remember, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
There are macroeconomic indicators, sir.
Yeah.
HSA on my economy no First one, your debt portfolio. Loans are where any interest are on loan no. And say now like you are mandated to pay those interest no. And 2015, what was the debt portfolio for Ghana? And what is the debt to GDP ratio at that time? Until you can say they are only far better no. It's ASEM, seriously. We were doing below 56% in 2015. Wow. And then you have 83% of GDP. Debt to GDP, no, 83%. And then you have almost 400 billion. 2015, no, it was below 120 billion. Far below. So why do you tell us your own is better than near Yediko IMF? No? It's worse. Country beyond your debt to GDP ratio 83%, you know, you are under debt distress. You can't manage it. Now, OB, those days, you know, you use less than 8 billion as interest payment, you know. You were talking. The OB are incompetent. And then you're using 37 billion plus principal 7 billion, making 44 billion just to pay a debt in 1 year. Who is more incompetent? Then you are saying, say, who then a year? Will be there, 8 billion. 8 billion I to your loan. Any 44 billion. Which one is better? Jerry. Wow. So things are worse. And I am a boss, they were worse before 2019 December. And that is a fact. The data is there to support. Say, what's the so humble yourself. Next year, Ghana for then you time because a year, a boy and then you tough fuel. You see, I don't know how far because not about that. And then you may. Oh, but that, because before I made that, now you're 11 city for petrol.
Open window no.
11
Window no. First 15 months.
Yeah.
Sorry, first 15 days.
Yeah.
Of every month. It's the end of 1st July. It's another window.
In the time I made that no. Now you're 11 for petrol and 13 point something for diesel. Ma say and 12 for petrol and 15 for diesel. Enti ukotoa ye bisa we say una we former can go south MPP jai chairman and I said now we NDC Kasama for no. There be obi at the same price. It's humble yourself. Then you know you can boom. Then says your man. Say you know the results will benefit her because enko here everybody will suffer. Enjoy the blame game on the COVID and the Makasa is the laziest man's approach to blame COVID. Say and I say usikano. In fact, COVID time maybe you know rather a boy economy and I've proved this in this office several times. Say your currency was fairly stable because now you get 35% of our import from Far East and China. But COVID time container be a movie, so you're not importing. So reserve your reserve no was okay. You're not paying more to import goods. Your currency was fairly stable. That is the reason why Enya stable, exchange rate in 2020. We say Enya over 30 billion. The COVID rather brought you good news. But the then you put the thing on COVID. You put the thing on Russia, Ukraine. Margarine, another issue. And the reason why I call IMF no. America say the macroeconomic need exchange rate. 2015, what was the exchange rate, Margarine? The city to the dollar. Was it not below 4 Ghana cedi to dollar?
Yeah.
Below. And then what is the city to dollar? Above 8 Ghana cedi. How can you tell me say your time is better than 3.6 and 3.5 Ghana cedi? It's worse. And the CIT we need no less than $2 billion to support our balance of payment. That's the kind of amber. The economy of Ghana will collapse. And that is the reason why you are rushing to the IMF. You need 2 billion because your reserve is depleting. Because the exchange rate, I say, to Obi Craniama those days, you see $100,000. It needs equivalent of 360,000 Ghana cedis. And then if you are bringing the same goods, you need over 820,000 Ghana cedis. So things are worse. And you have no choice. Say we call IMF. No more American. They will come and help you. So just humble yourself. Another point is a budget deficit. I know so. I can't want the reason why you call IMF no. And Crawford we buy no. What say no? 2020 alone, election year, 15.6% deficit. It has never happened anywhere. Jerry. In 2015, I call IMF no. What was our budget deficit? Below 8%. The records are there, you can check. And then 2020, 15.6%. Last year, 12% and more. So why wouldn't you go to IMF? Time I call IMF 2015, we were not near these figures. We're not above 10%. All these things are taking place. Then you are still blaming the NDC. You are still comparing to the NDC. That's now we try and throw. Now we can't say the same. Instead of you humbling yourself and asking Ghanaians to be behind you. You still tell lies to Ghanaians. Why, Marjorie? Another point, inflation. Time I hear call IMF 315. Now inflation at the we're not doing figure no, far below 15%. And the records are there, you can check. And then 27.6%, 28% on average. What do you mean? He say, Niamini eto somewhere in January, I eto 100 cedis, and then Ukotoa averagely eto 130 Ghana cedis. That's the meaning of the inflation. And now 100 cedis actually bottom in January this year, no. And then bottom no. Obi friend inflation where you are 28 cedis every 100 cedis. No. That is the implication of inflation. Until you can say about my 100 cedis generally, no, and then 72 cedis. And I said near 100 cedis in January, no, and then Utoa is 128 cedis. And if you don't have the 28 cedis, no, that's the reason why cost of living, a cost, and the welfare of the people are going down. Bread. They say, what you say? They say, no, you will be from the 010 formation. Yeah, because
010.
Yes,
it be so bad 001.
OSEI anopa ewia na nyewia. You can't survive. Intanopa no abon 0. Unidi ewia what did ebia wo den so gobe. And I say ken fish. Na enyewia unum so. That's 010 formation. And I say 001 formation. When you know it's affecting the welfare of the people. You are still here telling lies, Biom. Like the way I'm vice president, I call run, I try and throw for 6 years. And you're still doing it. Look at the country now. Look at the inflation now. And go for every person can offer 20 cities. What you want with and then first has the same 20 cities. Want to be young quiet. We'll talk banji. Anybody to pay for food to eat. Oh, now my dear, you see, our condition is serious. Maybe a Ghana agency say no, it's serious. Like we need to sit down, call the experts, of course, the independent experts, and you'll be a Jessica. I want to lecture or can throw just to paint the government, good. Call the experts, the interested experts from all the political parties, civil society, the media, and so on. The interested. Now, if you boom, then see Ghana. What's the economy? It's serious. Only me say first quarter of this year, Marjorie. Abai budget ni say ankana almost 14.6 billion as tax revenue. That was their plan. If the budget for this year, the first quarter, no, they plan to get
revenue.
Not total revenue, tax revenue.
Tax revenue.
The revenue is tax, grants, oil, and other fees and charges. What you say? And the tax alone, no, 14.6 billion for the first quarter. Nigeria 12.8 billion, a shortfall. What is happening? There's no lockdown. Obi Ejuma, I don't think that Mamufon and to be into your tax up to the 14.6 billion because we be say. So, we target want to be maintain 12.8 billion. But let me say, your first quarter interest payment on all the loans that you is 13.9 billion. And you 12.8 billion. But loan interest, I say, 13.9 billion. What do you mean is and one thing about the international capital market is say if you default, you'll be punished. You say credit rating. So you have no choice than to find money to pay. What do you mean is say on the domestic bond internally, Eddie can 12.8 billion, Eddie you have interest. That's the kind of government it was to say, Ghana. So we even borrow 8% more because the interest payment over the tax revenue is about 108%. Until we have to borrow 8% more domestic bonds. Now you account 12.8 billion. Now you are just interest. It's my for MBMO. Wow. Road MBMO, school feeding MBMO. Secondary school. These are the issues. Wow. Now buy a ubu minor tax wunyano enuswa as compared to loan interest awutia. It means that say now when you know then their communicators will go on no more compared to the NDC and no more day then they be policing the thing and be telling lies. That is where I have my pain. Oh, ABA, most of them don't understand finance, so I don't have any problem with that. But I think say baby omushia omu they should explain it, bring it down to their level to understand. Say mukoa beg Ghanaians to support us. Mukonsua mumbre muwase na Ghana fontiemu. Mukonsua munkasa ye. Because the more you talk, the more you create national security issues. Because Buffon ebedosu. Oh. But you come in on air, namu chanto, namu gada for it doesn't help anybody.
But more painful in advice and some of the economists. The woman called IMF, now they have resorted to IMF for engagement.
Yeah.
The senator said, I buy no 18 as supreme.
1 year as supreme. Or the two no. No, and at this point, at this point, they have no choice. Deadline say, try and start the program. Say by January of this year, no. You see, this is not Obia. What year as no. Or year 2 no. Because in November say, go there now so that your budget will be supported come the following year. Yet me say no. What 7 months? I be say no. They are telling me say Otie Nasipem. No, I can't take this. Baby, I do know. They have no choice. That's the only alternative. Jerry, because I've told you say for balance of payment, what they mentioned, yeah, 2 billion. 2 billion no on to be in international capital market because he will be punished. The credit rating, I say, Okoa, he will be paying no less than 22% of every borrowing, which he cannot. I've told you say the first quarter interest no 13.9 billion. The tax revenue 12.8 billion. Into occur that marketer, the interest payment will increase. That's the kind of fund way for to pay. If you default, it will be in trouble. So he has no choice than to go to IMF. Now we say, Esan say, and this that you call IMF, we have moved beyond a support of 1 billion. Because 2015, we have 1 billion. The next program, we have a room of 2 to 4 billion to access. And you know, they have no choice. It's not because they have listened. They didn't listen. Put in here for us to say, concerning us. How they compare in Crawford, Israel, from Koshua, as I say, hey, they brought so much fear. That's how he describes the NDC.
Okay.
What you say? So it's not about they listening. They have no choice because they need $2 billion to plug the hole in the budget for a balance of payment management.
Yeah.
And I feel so. Government ain't to mean even salary will be a problem. What you say? Because look at what is happening. According to Imani report, 50% of Nkrofo and Kaumu's e-levy, they first shifted away using alternative means. That's cash, transactions. So, and I said it here, that in the short to medium term, they can't get it. Tax being regressive, and Nkrofo what means to avoid, you can't get the money, you can't plan on it. As you said, Sana, those days now, come about free secondary school. Let's say, Obian, any free donation to support free secondary school. Let me say, how can you plan with free donation?
Okay.
So, Majority, BBA say they have no choice. Now, factors are then 2015 were far better as compared to now. And they shouldn't put the blame on COVID-19 and Ukraine-Russia war. I am a boss. I say before 2019 December.
How you need 100.9. Also, I will show the befa 050-372-1744. Emmanuel Adote Alote. And I would say in Kano. Someone so my decline so I can say Honorable Bright Sifi Kumi, National Organizer, hopeful let the ma NPP or Wahamino bidding come on. And okay, if you are Samai Kesse, or see shame unto Nana and Baumia led government. He barred and mocked John Mahama for going to the IMF. And today the same people are running to IMF and clear. This is clear that the NPP has failed the good people of Ghana. Enoch, Odifi, Asamai Kesse, Suchama DJ Brill. Well, it's a good morning, Mark Jerry. Ghana going to IMF again is a bold step for the government. At least we have good reasons to ask for support for a better livelihood. Ericus Gaspar, Bichele, US. Walanyo Difiakwetia said the economy will bounce back no matter what. But only solution former President John Mahama can give is to go to IMF. And nothing else. So it means that former president can be described as an old wine in a new bottle. Walanyo Difiakwetia. We say we need someone who can advise President Akufo-Addo. Ex-President Mahama is not a credible person.
Can you imagine?
Who has the right to advise President Nana-Addo about the current state of the economy? Because under his watch, there is no COVID-19, no Russia-Ukraine war, no free SHS, no nurses and teachers allowance. He took us to the IMF. Monday. Yeah, Monday on my morning show, you better some analysis.
How can it be a strong point?
Where's McJ? Finance Minister raised our hopes high because of indeed, if the e-levy were to perform as expected, we wouldn't have been there. And also the diabolic minds of the opposition against the policy, but they tell them that still the battle is the Lord. Frank Edifree, Frank Nero, Edifree. I was okay. Hey, Frank, I'm not free. I was so kind. All right. Well, say good morning, Mark Jerry. Sometimes you need to go raw with the MPP. Let them know that they have failed and they need to accept it and stop comparing themselves to the NDC. After all, the money MPP made from COVID. You all know the NDC came to fail, but they at least did something. But this MPP keeps irritating Ghanaians. David Edifree Madina. Mukaila Jonas. I'll say, my incoming national organizer, Papa Bright Silfikumi, I know ha or tia say me no ba be doing komo. Brighty, me ne sha say enye no. Last 4 years. Afi Brighty we agro no kra we yi me dey afiri. Itu mukala. Brighty na man fans no. Wunima last 4 years one be follow me ne Brighty. Okay. As I personally stand against the decision of my party seeking for IMF's intervention when we cut down the size of the government, reduce number of the deputy ministers of certain agencies, ministries, which has no use, stop or reduce certain pro-poor policies that drain our coffers, like the school feeding, 1D, 1F, and the like. And the cream. I have some more. Where's a good man about Jerry? Nanado should be told in the face that his finance minister will fairly say, Photo on reshuffle, where you take Gulf Estate and all the other. Leviticus Power is a good morning, Mark Jerry. NDC has no point and hasn't won any argument. They are the reason why we are where we are. Rejecting a homegrown policy like e-levy whilst at the same time. Oh, Masa, sir, argument with you, Munyayo. Honestly, will be a Canadian there, but argument we will say, e-levy, NDC for rejecting, you know, Parliament and Yatum. Parliament and Yatum. Implementation process started. It is a blind argument when Munyamoya sa Mobama Ghana for Binum, including me with your I'm telling you. I am telling you, you should stop that. Munyai. MPP communicators, Munyai Sadina Moye, me Monday, the best serious analysis on this program. Monday on my morning show. And then we don't have that enough time. You best more young cars have said yet, but more car can send me an e-levy NDC for na ama e-levy and choco the success story. I say blind argument where you should stop it. I must tell you, you stop it. Because Ghanaians, some of us, you should know. Right, positive change. Also, going to the IMF is not a real headache. For Kufuor and his people, after all, IMF is not an abattoir. That skills. The issue is how the world is going to uncover their cooked figures in our books. The stringent measures to curtail their opulence display of cash, mismanagement of state resources, and the lack of self-dependence to steal the little left. KK so I say MPP is the only party that can take Ghana to the promised land. I salute Honorable Miwi Salcoms. Okay. William Sango. 80. What chance some I do take any rebuttal?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did be am person me can say. Me or say COVID there, my young cancer. But you see, practically no. I mean can't no. And Marjelle, you know what I do. One business partners are imports or my production. And COVID buy no, Marjelle. Raw material no pono. People need their produce. So what happens? It means that production no from and answer the alternative no because nyantina you better if you bear 1 month or 2 years nearby and I see increasing price no. To make sure say the next you bet me then I import it. It makes sure say pressure there better and say and say you compare ka bebre na you import bebre at a time. Every month be you import it be say 5 containers and 10 containers this time no I say import by 50 because unim time I ship ne be biom because time I ship ne dey mine no be every 3 months be odiba and every month be odiba no this time of conquer onya container no it is debe ma container no so say be I suffer 1,000 pieces because onya nti or the 500 they buy 500 no buy no I say mutua 1,000 ka so my business industry is of fire. And so
and they're correct.
Emma friend say and net problems by it is enemy because say inflation I jumping. What do you expect? Nani pani nya raw material and produce what do you expect? Definitely obetum otuma what do you expect? Ebe affect inflation. Inti nya all can say COVID ni there ehun hia na mwa enya no na di inflation but me share practically me business partner. This is what we went through. See a person importing Yamana because look, we nearly had a problem because we wanted to try another product. I say you bring the same thing and nearly give us problem. Talk must here. So business wise, Mr. No, and COVID need there a hard dream pa and the man a friend say inflation no affect you bigly. Yes. O just say inti Mr. No, near all Canadian on Janka because a hard dream papa. COVID need their hard dream papa. And now containers, yeah, import container now we were paying like 30,000, about 30,000, 40,000. At the time we were paying 80,000 because nipa now container na American no ABS of 1,000 pieces. Now on ya no 500. Do you think they will charge me the same thing? No. So Sanya man ya factors are or mine no and I had the whole world. It me say no. Ye can no credit. Na me can say me I believe say Nanado e can no credit and say baby I wo no IMF and IMF never boy. That is what I want to hear. Leader be can no credit me. And I'm saying say the level and I'm baby I be do say no credit na na be den e be boy. Because other countries you know obia obi bibi so ohwe so man wa ohwe so yie. So structures are working. Yenya ya jatum si e be can no credit. And when the structures are working, na say Ghana sikano ye hwe so yie na affordable housing betimi aba na obi a oye djuma onim say me ko pension aha na metra enya fe na me ko pension me ko me village ko wu talk to say sa niema no na eye interest of Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo pese oye o de boy ansa na emergency si ebe film COVID needs a Ukrainian war yi ebe film sort man say and oh ye can say na ehia ne say waka no kre na kire ye say Ghana for ye nyina ye beta na no kan ye no nipa wudi anu ewu but say nipa nwu na say your economy ni dia definitely no will work on it and bounce back Ghana for be hu say yenim ye ya bi dada oba no na NDC for the akoy ba wo ya ye adwuma ma bibia eta clear e ma ye de yetimi efimu ene abani ye ko bi mu go but we are assuring them say Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo let government to make sure say things will work well and will bounce back niema Ghana for everywhere say aban no betimi aye no so
okay
e betimi aye e de among Ghana for
all right me that say Emma and then I'll be kana me met you from me so me be kana
yo Majere me that say
yes sir
I'm say me you want me here I said Mamu blame COVID-19 as your major issue. Me can't say COVID-19 didn't have any impact. No. I say in economics, every decision we are taking has both negative and positive effect. I say the free secondary school or can say there is good. We support it. Ebema the economy be brave education, but the cost factor also burden economy. So every way we are taking it, you have the negative and the positive effect. Niami can say COVID-19 should not be the reason. It's say at the other side GRA boss can say 2020 they exceeded their revised tax revenue target. Majeri. Omunya 45 billion plus. At the same time Ora can of type by parliament. We can say okay, go COVID-19 there will be a gap. Is it revised? Is it revised? On say they revised the budget. Into the revised target, they exceeded. GRA exceeded. Oh,
that's the GRA.
Exceeding the tax revenue. Man can say government total revenue. So GRA is only for tax. In the same year, in the GRA exceeded tax revenue by 45 billion.
Good.
And now, Ora can buy or see. Essence say COVID-19, there will be a gap in the budget. So allow me to get additional funds. And on man require ultimately zero financing, EGCA from central bank 10 billion. And that's additional funds to support the budget. Or Sanya from these are the list from the World Bank $430 million, IMF $2.1 billion, IFAD and so on. Korea, African development over 25 billion. So you can't tell me say because of this COVID-19 Bibia ever say no. It means there was an internal mismanagement. What you say? Because government revenue was not short. Majeri. There were alternatives to get additional revenue to support near Aban Air. And we allowed you to Sikakra this year from the oil fund Utimikomu $250 million. Majeri. Parliament Samrano. So you got additional funds to manage the country. There was no shortfall in terms of the revenue, total government revenue. So you can't blame COVID-19. What happened was that you mismanaged Sikaledi Maono. Also we have friend is that's a micro, small, and middle enterprise. Me boy, 1,000 cities and 2,000 cities across the country. Eddie man party boys and girls. To the extent say, Niasi or a friend is Northern region, the MP Nekano, any MPB executive Nekano, say on your 100,000 from that size cano. You wasted the money in areas here. So the mismanagement is the problem, not the COVID-19, because COVID-19 is true. It will have impact. It's an alternative to get additional money. You revise the budget. GRAS is the target. Also, your additional funds. Ukabuma, you were good enough to go to solve the problems, but you mismanaged the Sika. COVID-19 time, Brenu, Omuyi 142 million Ghana cedis, and the cathedral. According to records, no, they pump money even at that time to cathedral. Now, cathedral, no, is it a priority, Marjorie? Ghana for a sorry, no, and you be a big bonfire. And now, school dying, obi veranda, obi corridor, obi hall, they be a sorry dying, a bonfire. So cathedral was not a priority. But you say during COVID-19. So you can't blame COVID-19. That's the point I'm making, because only alternative to make extra money to manage the country. It is mismanagement. What say or minor? Don't blame COVID-19. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Let us say higher needs 100.9. What you mean there?
Yes. Issue now, Kano. Say, for instance, Kano, you're mismanaging. No. Yeah, you Chrome ha. And the doctors during the COVID, no, are buying a mom 50% increment on their salary. And yes, the same Scano. And then, oh, wait, who can send me a D? Who can send me a D? Who can send me a D? Tell them, I mean, Kasa. Your new country, your new Ghana. Teachers are quite Juma. Teachers are quite Juma. You tell me. Why is the band in the job? See, I didn't know here. Your name,
when you say business is essential to your taxes, at the ma. Abino.
Magdari, I was part of TUC negotiation.
Take your time. Take your time. Let me explain again. A ban is science. A ban is science because COVID-19. Ejuma phobia enko ejuma. TMU. After ejuma be. Oh, ejuma be so end to me and ejuma because you call lockdown. The factories were not working. No. And until a buy a revising the budget. TMU. Until target for tax no revise
or revise
GRA X did the revised target. And also a bicycle will be short for from into a buy and your coin from parliament. Emma say then change the rules I work for zero financing. Go for extra funds. AG 10 billion from central bank. SAG 250 million from a friend oil fund. SAG loans from IMF. AG from World Bank, Germany, Korea, IFAD, and so on. So they can say you got alternative money to add the money to support near air cost.
Okay.
So all this kind of share the right place and come.
But now alternative that enough as compared to time and hit with the global pandemic.
Tell you,
yeah.
From the records, no, yenya over 25 billion. But now no finance minister Eco Parliament, no, see yenya 18.1 billion.
Yeah.
And no see you're spending 12 billion. Who 18.1 billion? What's spending 12 billion? It means you had enough and spent less. This is the whole thing.
Yeah, budgetary support. It's was spending less.
No, because the last 1 billion from the IMF, about last year September, no, we have drawn down only $400 million. So you had enough and decided to use less. You can't tell me it's not enough. They can say the money did not go into the productive areas.
No.
Waste. No, take your time. Revenue expenditure.
Now 2020 no. Let's say na buy no. I think it was around
72 billion.
72 billion
total revenue. And they revised it down. Essentially COVID-19. And the 45 billion our tax side. And over 25 billion our other areas are money can say on Yizikano. We have even gone beyond the original budget. But so you can't blame listen. So you can't blame COVID-19 as your will. It is where the money went.
No.
And I mean what example say.
No.
At that same time,
you see
142 billion Echo Cathedral. No, million. Sorry. Cathedral. Cathedral. 2020. They draw down. The records are there.
I said this year.
No, this year.
But it was in the budget for last year. But this year.
Wait. Look, don't shout. This year,
opportunity media.
No.
And let me
give you the figures. This year so far. Akua here, 32 million, sorry. And Amusama another 25 million. And na yegu sakratana edin December no. But before then, total money from 2020 no, 142 million Ghana cedis.
Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Namika pase on tias and Ojanuko. COVID by no.
Oh, Kasa Obi was sorry.
Near woman said, me pase Otias and said, Ghana ha electricity are buying the whole country yen electricity. On quantify no water are buying their money yen on quantify no yen share. And I can say when Omani Uyire the most important thing is that Osika be a woman be and so make sure say Oba make sure on whom betomu. And that is what the government did. It's Obertrand because say energy for any target. And they the only revenue Omunya target than other places for Lee. Under COVID. Look, industry, hospitality industry, we have to go. Union TUC, we have to go and negotiate with them. With Sika buying their cost support. Some maintaining workers, we prayed with them, say, mom have salary just to maintain them with the support of buying Eddie Abraham. Until now, I say, and I am more 1,000. It is not just thousands, it is now for industries. I know, until they are autumn, I did they are autumn by or to buy until they are to buy it. That is the problem. Until they are autumn by that was Johnson. I buy man 1,500. I got train fear or any Juman and I buy or buy man 1,500. Or to me, but business. So because you have gone back to business. And when you be there, how much are we here? How much are you? Only part of your country, not only a Juman yet, not a buying secretary lockdown, not buy but if it is not free. The most important thing is get the person back to business. Get the person back to business. That's the most important thing.
But they have to pay.
They will pay.
Okay, Mami Kwa Amado, so me find bet you for 0302243540. Hold on. 0302257902. Mamenye also adventure mechanical ni yanko. Eba cho me mwache.
Yeah, no.
Yetio.
Me chia o chi for enano pe.
Yo.
Ede de ni me ka se free sender me. Na minia oni say imo se hwen o mi say asamba ku bi wo ho a o kan anya no pe. Yi o de say covid sika no e de bi ekosi cathedral. O mi say yi o ma penyini discuss ku si cathedral there, but last week ya am say Penina or that cathedral no buy no or church you can say COVID scabian one ma a cathedral no this or can say this can COVID cathedral or what.
But I think they're not also Ghana Sika, yeah, the Coco Rim, one COVID Sika specific.
Now, COVID was now walk on or walk as I said, you be baby or can say COVID scan the Coco cathedral. I don't know, media is young Sangasa or the saying. IMF na yakwakuwe mno what you say can we forget no na juma no zenu who say jerry embra ura ko fo bae no odi ura ya safo mafo ekokoto finance ho na oduru baabi no no who say papa na dwene ewo sikasem no akopom kakra edo yi no no odi kojo ban ro dubai who say papa no ba onzo ba be ya de pa no ye ba kofo what now am a day na yeta sister papa yes yes better than go
me da say mame for next one me ba cho mache oh gaza hey hello okay me ba cho mache yes I too
ana pa ya mi asu ndin kan
council.
I am more about the FM, any desperate media, as you call me now. I'm telling my message for a definition of my or the number one. they were Dr. OSEI or the education minister so one more the papa or the sector house. Now my God, me how I'm that you know say MPP party paying for Jamba Abem near cost 6 years. Now anybody call IMF. Yes, IMF when you supposed to a money book and until they call IMF from America what a pass. That's and never can have at the finance ministry. I am a purchasing and you may get any clue. No, and the echo IMF. And then I never you will go for all your research over the power for Emma. And I can offer anywhere. What is this road? Obey me a bomb of economy area. That's the best step. When you have the market and double home in the Ombriaco IMF, I have the fact. And yeah, we are here at a break on my Ghana. Yan see the kind of education. Yan see the kind of Naku Yankum. And then tell us, Yankum. Now, come a campaign, Oko campaign 24, Okasaka for the Omso Banatuaso. The first home. And you may or me for the 2 years. No money, I'm going.
But that's Archie. Yes, I tell. Yes, sir. I'm not doing it.
But there are people we are delegated here. Then come back now to Obama, Bankoya Boa.
MPP me delegate to me see them am delegate.
Okay, Bomadi na control na delegate. Na party no the banner afuna.
But I can say na beta be ko.
Education Minister Dr. OSEI or Dikum Obo AGYEMAN na mentia na na atuata engineer local government papa omo Obo AGYEMAN buana na. Magere. Nti ya party ya kwa IMF.
Afeni yedi nkuta ho.
Yo ene sisi ano asat now ya ntimi ya comment bia. E produce ba bia du na eyampa na asema ewo ho yebeka. Ejade a mesere ni se na na do dan kwa kufado aban no wa ya adwuma first 4 years. Wa won say education ho no no kura no a. Obo adwuma pa enne ye no nyina ya manu omo qualify na omo nkia. Nti kaka na ekoye ni sesi anu hwe ya factory 107 function commander sugar factory ba ko pejo mama ntima wi sesi over 95% na do wa wi nti onu su be ya agima nti se ahuche ba wi asinyina mamu pasu bono mbo Ghana kwa nti mu yesra mu yamfa mpaibo onyame na obesa yi afu ahuchire mu na ye hu atoye
last one asa. Hello.
Hello.
About you.
My Jerry, una ubogi mo efe mama komi kasafi ataraka ashama. Me say NDC NPC ya brewo mo. Se Ghana no ye nya new eya ebetumi ababu amaya maye.
That's it. Bedo bibia se mo amofre mo text here damase. William Samuel ba ha Emmanuel Alote enso eba Willie eti William Samuel ese me da se se obabeka yo Misha Ghana for na goalkeeper say ye bo me ana me fan of football keeper okay keeper say ye man best player of a tournament na etrese
goalkeeper ye man best player of a tournament. Let's just say watch pa,
let's just say watch pa. Let's just say wayade. Now it means a ball second so.
Yes, it means a ball second.
So when him say
wonderful savings.
Wonderful savings, but that's a pa. When him say keeper being so a bit or a bebon home de you keeper be or yard pa. Then so say the defense you good on to me and winning as a best keeper.
Yeah.
Are you aware?
Yeah, meaning
it's in a keeper you be a boss a corner.
Yeah.
And what you might savings. By your saves, baby.
Yeah. Dangerous saves.
By your saves,
yeah.
Was it? Defense was also weak.
Weak, yeah.
That's just not so bad as a defense
was also
weak. Weak,
yeah.
It is a defense in a weaker.
Yeah.
That's a keeper need a good.
Yeah.
Keeper need to be your best player.
Yeah.
I will feel that.
Yeah. And then also sometimes it's not strikers and so I'm shooting.
Okay. Well,
so a lot.
The entire mayor's analysis in United States more MPP for. Aya, Mususunka covered the Ukraine war, Nessa or how no. Because yet to aba at the map by say brana best of problems. Yet to aba mouse brana better now. I found such a them film. It's more now. Sadia one okay you. More now boss and a bamos so now we savings in your bema musa your best. Because what you mean now, guys, what one boss na boss now man you better determine say you are the best. No. Boss na beba we savings no. And no nebe me who say go for it. But this is the analogy I mean.
But analogy no so kire say then na o kan say referee so say wo goalkeeper no so obedo onyam ball no internet kura obeji say go. Say referee obeji say go. Yes. Obeji say go.
Okay, you might be that's why.
Oh, we are referee. They be a blame. When we say referee everywhere, they will blame like man. Not the fans.
Okay. Because my point is, because keeper no so no ni pack at the so it's at the moment a keeper be the best player. Penalty just say boss corner so.
It means defense and midfield weak.
And now boss corner so to me savings. It defense the cry you weak, you know. It was in advantage to the keeper. To shine. Yeah. And that's my point. It is
good. Say me can strikers. But when you goalkeeper so are you good. But strikers no so sharp. Attackers no problems na e ba no to say Ukrainian war need come in. They no so e be show.
Okay, man. That's it. But many break did you come on? Yeah. We'll have some go. We'll leave it as what is ever going to go shop. And Emmanuel Alutia do to Babe Kan, Yagopo, Ishram pa. Yeah, serious analysis. Abra. Right, at the same. Right, a Sylvie Kumi.
Only our call here.
Hey.
Said ya.
Aha, it's all them you know.
Meton catch it.
Meton catch it. Now, last 4 years, hey, right. Edo there, yes, some comedy.
Some comedy. Don't worry. But
say what prayers they organize.
National organizer of the ruling MPP.
Ballot paper, order number.
Medan number 1, you need pass 6. And now Medan number 1.
Right, simple. Number 1.
On the slogan, they say make MPP bright again.
Oh, sir.
Thank you very much. Also make MPP bright again. As simple as that. Party structure, need to announce here. And then my buying any pie they call any benefits. So on say, when you're a leader or calling him on energy. What I say, leader be out you good no. You should remember what to call fellowship. Or calling him no. I saw trying to every time crowd for and say, are you okay? But I don't understand the vision or pursue our own that you say. Politics comes with leadership and fellowship. And Crawford be watching. A honor and mother son, I'm a party are setting in the party. And today, I say, time no dia so. Because you didn't say it's the mandate to serve. Now, we mandate then your reflection on the followers are. Then there is a problem. If you say, Unkuna Udidi, at the end of the day, no, Obia Buafuachi. When this is only watching, he said, Baby Bessie watching.
When there is a more critical moment.
Party no
as far as 2024 elections.
Well, sir, my main point here, first of all, and come all delegates of Ghana constituency executives, regional executives, and a national executive. Won't be more. In fact, she come on. Now, in fact, she has come president. I'm say, I'm wouldn't come on. And come on the head. But I'm person to me, just a comment on that particular COVID as some I can. On the economy, no me economic expert. But economy, the ebu, any material it's low and material dibu. The material resource, financial resource, and a human resource. A human manage the two. A human no fear about move fear of death. No share them economy into move because I saw manage the two. It's about sana and I'll be bringing into me as planned. But that notwithstanding, the near now you pick up your pieces and build again. Until you were 2 years ahead of us. Really fix some of the things. No man say we are self and then but Sebe, who you penny, who sit down Oma, they are about 20. Who sit down and you to see and call you cannot continue to build for who to come and live in that house. Nobody can come and live in that house. Say we die dynasty. Now Shem Colano. Ebe ya menu me no nde ye COVID-19 e bia wo yenim. because we are too confident say it has been resolved. Now we are building the house again for the children to come and then live in it. It may be say a normal realistic situation. I also be yeah, we are not magicians, but there are situations. We'll say a leader be our bar. Problem is a bar, a son no handle. But short to be or no ordinary. I'm telling you, Ankenya, Ebola mi onumpo, the Mahama Tama, and Kanya be ebesizi. Ambampono, and a teacher's allowance and other things were all ceased in that regard. Yenti obia nyina bemu. But the end you say in some of so there, we have been able to manage. And obia and fear death bium. After that, yes, some picky pieces. To make sure the economy will be a January. But twasso from that angle. More to the point. Remember, I was an okay assembly, me to no okay assembly say, yeah, my sikabi money I did during the COVID. Said COVID time, no. Yen fem more, but economy be no expert to. Economy be no, yeah, mouse campo, not the ingenuity what to be used for the next stage. Because your mouse can be spend it. The quarter no end it. Not one genuity be unto what, and a more difficulty but in your next stage. More to the point, companies will receive what? Funding to support their businesses. Doctors, you increase your salary. Yes, some are free water. Yes, also you then quite a good number of things, but now you generation in it can be anywhere as some baby because the any partner obi ashe them lockdown, obi esuru. We cannot be able to produce for the next stage where we are now, and then the next stage. It means say realistically, no, you can't cry. Difficulty, beba. Amanamaya only was catching and crap on the but we are able because the COVID buyer, they are manager to this time. Then depending in your cases here, am I okay? No, I find about building a formidable economy once again. You go straight to make a campaign.
Vision now the number day.
My vision is very simple. I say party and Mark United say we actually have been able to move from one place to the other. Now yabano problems are a friend of apathy. I build the apathy no. Oh, the party baby actually me say the near pa. But and that's a party the new opportunities. We start say me campaign no from Yapekosogu in Savannah, Boliban Boy, Salaga South, Salaga North. You best see eba a friend say Damango and yet see North. Yako Karaga, Nanton, Savulugu, Zazugu Tatale. Yako all those places in Nama who say you're picking information from our members. And the members, whatever they have said, no, and on I'm coining into policy. So my policies are solution. I idea about solve the ama apathy abandon. The rural northeast, Wale area, Hogambaga, and Mississippi, Chanapaga, everything goes Sisala East, Tumu, Sisala West Golu, all the way to Loran and Dom, Jira Panadoli Kalio, Yaba to Bono, and I have one everywhere. I can confidently tell you, say, for the next 2 years, the problem is Angrophone, we are able to do it as a party. The reason being, say, a bit say a did the number one. A bit to say, and some na NDC for say, and Yamana increase no, Nana Adodanko Akufo in the team, and I'm going to Jubilee House. And I'm increase petrol. Sabi, Obia also call election there. O see there to Nemamu, Mama Hochemu. Now, Samba say, Musam to Abamame. It doesn't make sense. The idea is that party leadership, no, they needed to play a role. And the role was to make sure, say, and Niamapa, in the midst of COVID-19, no, ye to me at trumpet, and I had a chira and crofo. The Oti Tamale, only the air all pass. The Oti Western region, their projects are a banya, and Raminam West Hills.
Yeah.
Factory Kwam, you know, Cassipa, and a sugar factory can get you. I been to manage you. But the problem is that young party, no, ama a party, aba party, ma, amoninje, Sanya Adenekono. I said, party man ninja. Some Casa, one was some penny for now. The Casa Omani idea, and because and
now, for instance, Yankasa, will ye party matena? A mudo was saying a woman
party maten
because party needs to me, so will be a problem, man.
I had party maten, the America, a moon 9 in India.
Hey, sir, that is serious.
A moon 9, that 9 numpono, a random. And yes, baby, I bear 9, baby, you bear 10.
Baby, on the 100%.
If you say, the party in the Fapim did I remember so. The youth. A youth from a Sodako house to house, a youth from a Pejuma, a youth from a national service posting, a youth from a scholarship. Now, the idea nim the lobbying skills and him how to manage the problems. You cannot solve it all, but there was also so you be to an extent. Now, you have to make careful. Let me come to the issues. One will say, young party for G because they did the journal. It misses on my mandate as national organizer of the ruling MPP. The first thing I mean, they find healing tour. You better tour both external branch because I've been on some 47 countries. Sabi, Matana Bruchi, minimum dynamics of the external branch. It is a better healing tour, and let's say you're fairly entirely there, but then before we have to beg. We need to beg a human institution. You'll be see why you did the other and some kind you didn't see her. But when to me, I need a chop on the deco. Say a nippon one Jumani, yeah. Now, Nema ABC, the Ancosudia. Then, of course, we are coming to beg. You're really torn now. We are initiating the friend said data system, MPP National Data System. Minya, Oko National Headquarters, any party office, be a information you want from me, or be communicating to see a home. You want the and you want the telephone number, and you want the constituency. So opposition there, near the vote account. But I feel sad. At the Kudienti, people can say a unfair distribution. Opportunity of party no power. For the say you see a far police. Now you call lobby be abeto. Yeah, we are. It sounds like any information on the members of the party. No, I dare you say. Yeah, friend, yeah, my mini pattern. Now akwa no ti hamile anakulungungu no. Ono de onye opportunity be because party ne nim de ono so ohwehwe. Eti no meme ka say the mandate in the bar. Bright a civil commission about national data system. Now data no say na wom. Udin beba time out don party no. Positions are hold that and I hold be that's why. Activities are why my party no or sacrifices minimum crophobia sabe party ntino and le amoni efra party activity ntino inside I echa ebi kra for me. It will sacrifices are why now we are going to really state it there. Now yeah, there was skill set at the end yeah and no adwuma oye e be a carpenter mason whatever and a school our course become. Now the most important facet of the data now then and no be at the end pay. Oh say party no information about Jerry. The time man out done party no. Sabi we din activities ban away. Position ban we hold. Sacrifices ban we make. And our skill set here then and at the end open. A politics na year no. Anya sorry, asare praji offering any tight. It is simply means say in as much as obiaba politics man o kunu ho adnam projecting the policy and the programs of the party no. Essential say obe hu say ono so expectation. Obia expectation say media grow na chi na onyame ya adoma me life be better. Onyame ya adoma me per scholarship akwa abrochi akosua de asan de believe party na e be easy ama me. Party bia mu e wo sa. It is a data system no estate was say e de na me nua no all pair. E ma me tena national organizer office wo party the headquarters ha. Na me to be call lobby even the private sector members of our party. So obia factory wa ha. Oyen dipo 200 for factory worker. Meko be system ni mu na ma type factory worker no ebema me party be bia or per factory worker adwuma ye ada party ba bia or per police aiden akọ menua se be kura 275 slaughter dia me ya ne se me den me che no 111 constituency biara. The idea is this 6 o'clock about 2 times a day menua obi dia ba anapa obi dia ba anwumre in order to tone down the tension of our party people in the constituency no. So one person and your police call in one constituency the other members in the car say akwa we konkon dia me so me dia ba. But the system of fair distribution in you na ya chama ya nanfofo ya frewa amame nipa 20 temaport here laborers. Oh, and they said that has been the routine for every party. Say nipa wonimu no and na okai wo but party man na ya adwuma especially constituency executive especially police station executives. And you share members of the party. Want to invite you on Sabra Adoren, Brafunwa, Braha. It's a constituency executive for the empower and the police station. One of our share members. Regional, I was only 17 members. National, I was 17 members. A constituency in the police station for more members. I see empower more in that regard. It's an unfair distribution and more because it is the JBI. Second facet of the data system, no. To capture all businessmen almost sponsor a party sabi or the company sikane income generated out of his business. I push the agenda believing in the vision of the party. That's what the point is said when in area. Now on your public toilet import, that is if he qualifies. Let me put it there. If he qualifies. Now on your public toilet crop to beef up the private sector limitation of our party. See, because we are capitalists. capitalists for there, we believe in business empowerment, we believe in private sector development, we believe in economic growth and all that. Should I say a property ownership democracy, republicanism. It's by the end of the day, I mean, say you capture all these businessmen, what they are qualified for and everything. Or should be opportunity be able to say selecting for maybe a party leader, maybe or mining leader. It's imagine a point now to go on the party, how to build a formidable party. Our party also produce good leaders. At the end of the day, they capture businessmen in your area, and you're crying the contribution why party no since when or support you 2008 ebi mo support you am wa himfa some politicians also supported 2012 ebi support you 2016 ebi so bemu 2020 ebi bemu even though you are reshuffling for a long time for others to also whatever no see our data no kwa there we are able to identify businesses one aboa na yan so yan lobby from an angle to really make sure some businesses will grow for them to continue to support the party. The next phase of my data system, no, I capture and penny for and one in Quakra, one way and party, Mamma shed them on there, ADD attempt. We are all going to be old one day, you never one day. Now we are Quakra, now what bread party said, I mean, me feel about you by a massa, me don't party in 1996. Yan you come and about tells by may you found out
now 96, no 18 years.
Me 19. Me a founder of Nasara. Me Alaji Maiga Abulakulaku and the two of Adama. You're the free I was the only a bit educated guy. So I did the organogram, the structure here, constitutionalism, and say yes, submit Makufo. Abro you need to widen your scope of knowledge. When you have traveled, dynamics in a different. Now they are brought mind you. I have 2018, I contested for National Youth Organizer. And yeah, the reason why I stepped down. Yeah. It was all for best practices. It was all for best practices. Regional balance. Because Ashanti region didn't have representation too much. And now we had just come to power. And now in 2020, we want to win the election. It's no say Ashanti neighbor neka. Now my Ashanti for I feel said they are connected to the party in order for us to generate more votes in Ashanti region. And nothing I'm step down. Not because Nanabi was competent. But I felt say agreement I acquire no sanko onuno ewi near. Na ma deputizing no na me de minim die my youth adwuma ne grassroots adwuma from 1996 amanone ene ha nyina nim dia me kura no esom na nka me de aboa no na ya aboa mebunu no ma obi anya ne baby ono so be den e be gina eti no eno na ma ne sa agreement ye wie no say go to hell and ye be ka ho asem agreement no kra wa ha eti what is happening now is that in my last data system no e kwakra fo no mo ye party no mo ho obi okra no ohia only citation binua obi wa ohia only citation keke say ebon the wall ho oba asem unia ho my edma power president na chia mo ahe hwe picture no eno ye enough oba empanyifo no bi feel say wa ye adwumadeni up to ne no obi apon friend no pon ka say opanyini ye chia wo because ye ni omo data ye ni be bi omo wo ye ni what they are going through their health system am accommodation issues party be to me aboa in that regard now ma obi am say that should be an retire out of politics. Many party ma abesra me Porsche me crying. Say be me cause we ni ache. Na me di nim die na me sua out of my experience no. I'm a party no. Ye ni omu data. The last session of the data no me nia any volunteer groups. Media hwe volunteer groups edwuma mo ye no. Esen executive for kra. Ye wo young patriots. Ye wo movers for change which is me group no. Ana loyal ladies na de ade. Say enkrofo we na yan capture mo data. And who the almost more pay at least to solve their leaders' problem. Now, also so and trickle down to the members. Yeah, in 2024 to come and break the 8. Break the 8. A slogan. A slogan, okay. I am not interested in break the 8. My interest is let's fix the things that will not let us break the 8 for the 8 to break itself. The apathy are setting in. No, before say, Ebimu Didi, Ebimu to be that Fako, I told Lankrus at the same time as a youth wing. Now at the same time no obi she village or per 100 Ghana keke po that on brodo and kosua e wo kwan ho obi per 50 Ghana that on pure water e wo traffic light ma say institutionalize ade no na ye wo data nko ade we will be able to give support to make sure say every constituency be an obi wo high den ya boa no if we are not able to help everybody in poor now you cover from there now all the volunteer groups so are you okay menua now in my next line of action the call round in yami who say NDC for say papa you better as say one is ka ensem mo asebe ensem no egu party no ho fi because your communication system na break it down
Okay.
MPP ni communication biom. Mini ote hey, so we nya transportation free fee amma. Anya se bi onyame na dom. Na e bi ye man the post bi ampo. Na ono ade resources. Abekasa wa hawie. Owie of the resources agoto aduane adi. Owie a wasan so the resources. Eja journalist kwan. End of the day no, e ba na sa na yawde be mo se makasa fiti opposition abeka nde. Me serial caller. Ma freya na so power ne buy no. Obi akra dem is because we have no data and then we have not institutionalized the communication system of our party. Eti me no onyame ya dom na mo de ade na ma bright to make MPP bright again ah. The Amaya Madrid say I'm going to institute MPP National Communication Institute. Now Communication Institute no say ne be no. You be training your party communicators now because communicating in opposition is different from what? Power. What we say? Who communicating in opposition attempt the DNA blank statement like the way the guy was doing here. Blank. Where you kwasi where I say and the idea. But when you are in power, you need no technical know-how because you can't issues of technicalities are. Now then I'm changing motivational speech. Who their party ni ye and the home fast would dia a bama or mine.
Okay.
And you know, in power no, you need to train your communicators, institutionalize them, initiate allowance for all of them. Now after so manage them by monitoring everything they are doing in the country. It is the only way you can do that, you know, to make sure say you're creating MPP Communication Institute. Now somebody will ask me, say, are we building a big communication institute in Accra to go and pack all our members to come and talk? No. The idea is we are decentralizing the training. Yeah, the trainers never call constituency BR. One bar, you're selected from community center, a announcement, you know, in their own language. Now you're training the ideology of the party. You're training the constitution of the party. You're training with some communication skills. Now you're training policy are buying running. Your full say was also TRCB. No call radio station in his own language in Poa. And that announcement center or those who name the double tracking system. A free SHS. And therefore for I the bear mobile interject here to streamline the whole process. You know, beyond now take curriculum as here. Madam, a teacher, former teacher. It's a minimum curriculum, make training college. Until all some educational issues are make deep papa. Then economic terms be wahano. And the background of finance. But some maybe background of finance. I need training, I need training to understand just the basics.
Yeah.
When I pick the basis, I can use the information to really make sure I move. It's a better MPP Communication Institute, no. You training we are near my ID card that should say what graduate here free Communication Institute. It's who quite who the authority to talk for us in any radio station or TV station or community center in that regard. Because it's a there, Obia sorry, I'm a MPP communication team. I want only information crampo on some of the issues that Magjerry will be sad no. Until some crown now can say abano. Because your communication system ne break. Me no ka say party ma be ka say transportation issues akosro and whatever no na the rank na share Jubilee House. I know too. But I can communicate say I go out there. I training omo. And omo ka in some no send the reality net here. And by now no mean the party will not develop the apathy we are experiencing today. Now in the same communication institute no ASEM say the best. Yeah, serial callers now they are doing now we will make sure say you want information. Now so much you training. Now we training new year. Afei na ya ma card say kokan. Now the last aspect of the communication institute. They make a portal for every institution, state institution here. Ministry of Education, Health Ministry, Babia Energy Ministry, Babia no. You create a portal. Now everybody who graduated from the communication institute, no.
Okay.
Username and password. I can tell you who come about COVID-19. Sunday this kind of year, and you call you. I should be able to have my laptop here. Now my key in quickly. I'll just log in to Ministry of Education. I'm a paraphrase. As some I see a policy be double tracking the same thing about here. Now my come so that I can give you the reality, the actual fact, not my own opinion.
Okay.
It's an idea I'm building honor in the next 2 years now. We are not going to break the 8 grounds in yet. Now, end of the day, no kind of crane no being here.
Okay.
But because party leadership, no, I said you ain't to about now. Now say woba, unemwa, no was about your minion. The only time you see him in social media. But party constitution is stated clearly. So organizer Biano, you must touch base with all levels of the party, build capacities, do recruitment. So we change the power party no more. But how can we get more people if the party is not attractive? It's you know, and no you know so another factor. Yes, say you be any na party na dey. Afa na ntoma pa na efra. Now regarding the issue of the data system, no, me try say everything. Yeah, the laptop be every research officer be your constituency. Every research officer will get one laptop. Now on the app, no, will capture all the members, executives. If I say, I'm time, I'm done party, bibia. Now my bibia. I then I call evenly instead of giving to some chairman or some corner. No, so their money and crop for full say. Almost support to those who didn't support there. No job in that regard. Now, my next one I may share as a party in the called national organization position. They say, many party executive members in Abaye Juma. Na TESCON a share a youth as here, youth as share organizers here.
Yeah.
It is TESCON for no student. Masa, me to be from a bar and university. Uncle Sunko Suyadia, a corner politics. Now, politics are all your numpono. I did be affecting the BIA party man or be on your home. There were professor be or you're in this in Otra Kualana, the anonymous MPP ni. Now you're marking it down. You need legal system be a check is a remarking koso because Kualana no yet. Now all yet politics. And untino professor be or in this in marking it down. There's no legal system to go and check. That Ujini say marking here, so Dabi. Now you're quite remarking. Now my test corny now sacrificing academic life. Yeah. I'm a student leader. Me a teacher training college for now president, the whole Ghana from 2001 when I was in training college. Now, I did see me bad looks, you know, many are not on prenomo and I need a fighting grading system. Kivas. That time, I'm not on pre. Watch out the idea. On your pass mark. Okay. A very intelligent gentleman who was Nook's president. Yeah, man, pass mark. Pass just over Feli Kakro. Feli Kakra. Well, if I go say UK and can on your MP, our chief whip. They fell in, almost fell. All because he was fighting for the grading system and they felt, you're stubborn. By pushing the agenda of those who felt, say, Kevas for the Unya 80 and Unya A, Legon the Unya 70 and Unya A, which was not fair. It's another player was fighting. I was by his right hand side. We were student leaders. Kabila, who was part of the whatever. Yeah. Suhini, Munina, we are student leaders of this country. We fought tirelessly to make sure, say, we clean up some of the mess. That because we are students, they were manipulating us. And then, another plan called UK. But any part here better call UK that time. It's you know, TESCON must get a legal system. A check he said, the marking na ye demand no. And you know an original passer na. Number two, TESCON must be globalized. Many folks say, Ropa eba. Now Ropa ba, one original ballot box no ablochi hamaye. It's a globalized TESCON. Now you have TESCON China, TESCON USA. TESCON Ghana for a school or Manonia Mo University. You got that money in one area. I'm on a TESCON Abia Philadelphia. Universities be 7 we are so about. And I TESCON Holland, TESCON Germany. The idea is to make sure say TESCON be attractive. Now my embedded number the party in the name of that channel. One adjoining more. Now your number so more as an organizer you need to recruit more. At the end of the day, no, you globalize here. TESCON president can go to USA for TESCON delegate conference. Now members in the so to Makobi. TESCON president, it's say university now holding him say Tino. End of the day, he can get if he gains scholarship to go there because the school is familiar with TESCON. Number two, a member number TESCON executive for Manoneno. I am want to prepare almost say better party in ideology in near mass here. Now that be an Ghana say of Abrochiraba, original for MPA, on him their party in Gina, on activities are also because not a TESCON member, ewo Amanone in that regard. Yes, we are capitalists in Yama constituencies in Nano. Constituency need be a genotis come home. To the party headquarters discover. A man for trade deals when you are in power. I'm telling you. At the end of the day, the party no bread because the kind of the economy manage the constituency the cry there. It's an MFO said because we are capitalists, we can confidently initiate what we call one constituency, one business, one police station, one business. Let me give you the analysis. Now, when you initiate a business that generates income for TESCON, constituency, and police station, it taking off the pressure the party should get. Now, your buses are mass lock for the GPRTU for. Yeah. I'm giving you an example. Now, if you say constituency, your G bus back with the constituency, we are. Amoye ejumama constituency. And yet, I'm talking about the mass lock for buses. And you're posted there. The part.
Oh,
some could be there for still.
And the end,
But could be there. Aha, at the end of the day, no. A mass lock 4 buses. Now, my constituency be a year. Juma constituency now. End of the month, every constituency executives get allowance. Now, ya tisi can be a could mass lock installment. In that regard, as a children say, constituency depend resources to run at their level because we are capitalists and we must think entrepreneurship and create businesses to beef up the activities of our constituency. It's not to say, and no, ya G abobo ya back over the same mass local police station back monje. Mo ya 5 executives. And ya mona ya time invite mo outdoor ni obi fro say e ba yare ni ade. It you need resources. I share member in the community. Now see unia me ya one see the tokoko a na police station executives wo nya bi ade ama onipa na owo grounds kono. It is all G abobo ya back mpo. And I adwuma mo a end of the month no police station executives nya allowance a na de aka na yetua mass local. Now areas bi wo ha ye betama mo come mail is normal come mail ya ye nya mebroyi. Na adwuma police station keke. Areas bi wo ha cocoa growing area you can give them cocoa spraying machines there 4. Omo display cocoa Jessica. Now ya ma constituency na manage that finance. Now ma end of the month no police station executives can go to the constituency to take allowance. And ma party ya kono. Na say ye wi na ya ma test confor no esika 4 baako any politician baako be adopt each test con. When they adopt them, Osikeri is supposed to resource them. And then we can also resource his business because baby are resource yen. One business is good.
Okay.
But you need data on them. And then one business is good. I'm complaining the party. No, because I have held from 1998. The business I have and nobody has been able to give me a small contract. About adopted test confor now. Now you to me actually say better some of the auction cars in poor. Now you have 1 test con 1 Uber. Now some was a particular regard now. I bet what my party in the fapimine jina. Now am I in a toy? My last one is the problem of Obi Bisabi said national executive for no. Am I a Juma na munya ya? A resource and they can.
Okay.
Resource they can. You lose 32 seats. I'm under NDC nya hoden. I'm a odi an nepakra parliament. I'm say among some na mbo mine na. I'm a begu. Now if say you the free SHS no. Anka parliament at 137. Anka ambaso. Free SHS anka ambaso. And then I bought my NDC 4 crumpled and some of them amunya and kwala school free. But on my dean. And then I bought my 1 district 1 factory and 4 years you but the me patch and I say the party begina you will year beer and season any leader oba. You can never say ya the obiesi so. One time on the ejuma Samuel Okudia why ejuma was such a standard. Now standard of setting you know our youth level no in opposition poll Samuel Okuko 2 terms in opposition. But yet or ye na ejuma man de ye na confidence obo Samuel Okuko no be any age. Now what can we say about the existing national youth organizer? The body there obi abesere there. Actually say Oyana and far yen free ho. Number 2, over here yen Tema East. I'm say titles go so baby. Na Tema East the massa yen party no. It is the most industrialized constituency in Ghana. E be chere mas here. Tema East na GNPC wo. Tema Oil Refinery, Gapoha, Tema Fishing Harbour, ye wo Gasem, ye wo Unilever, ye wo Nestle, ye wo a Conship, ye wo company be bree. Omo nyina nim say omo MP nie. Eti onya opportunity to deal with them anka ye lobby enyuma wo ho e de ma ye mbebu no makoye menua because oye MP wo ho and a board bi wo ho kra wo so na say ye got 2 terms with experience na ye jemoma NDC amanda NDC afaba mo na moto ko board ho e ko hu de e koso a na ye to bi nya enyuma wo sa area ho e ma ye memu no a ade na menua titles on to mentina hodin na onji constituency ni ma ye now say I'm coming to rule the whole country menua mo ma ye serious o let's be serious here. It's me my say in principle no the only person I feel say the no now also near dinner no nim home na adwene ma bie no good human relation say me to me and nipa eye baako say baby ofiri bia o hia me o say bright there na pride the crap on him because me nyini at the grassroots level fadama and ye wo yen eti ye no ye nyini wo bia estate bia sikedi bi ba na kire ye ho but party ne betu magina me ne constituency executives regional executives sika look no further monfa mandate ne mame na esanse me te external branch force was here na me ndim se na adwuma no te na me to me build a formidable external branch be stronger enough to build a party attractive for us to break the edge no na me nya any fascism bia na me twi afane afan baomiafo alamfo osakotofo ene jogatefo nyina bom ene honorable Kennedy Japan fo nyina bom na yakoye nim na yetumi abreki 18
okay
amon foto me ne mame
all right
na one of the brightest so fi kumi a na somwon awa hobrasim
bright na oteneka brightest if kumi ope hwe onkrofo no frefre ope youth ope organizer ewo MPP mu oda number 1
me number 1
what the minimum papa
oh minimum Jerry, you know I can do the job
yes
eti kabi mame na yenhwe kabi mame na whatever
no one the Agbiel that say this man that brights everywhere is here to brighten the organizing system of the new patriotic party MPP and move it to the next level. Let's bright the youth, the party with Mr. Bright. Right. Okay. Well, it's a good morning, Mark Jerry. Good work done. My name is Sylvia Taifa Domi Kwabenya. Please tell the MPP man in your studio. Oh, as I'm a bright messages. Okay. When say bright Sylvia Kumi is the choice of the people. Who for what about Prako Hene?
But call answer because I started 50. Ya peko so good. I'm go Salaga South.
It's a region in work on you know.
Call 5 in your Western region there after I but
okay.
On say you know you who sabo set agenda be. Now agenda no sabe we a magician I'm a dwarf.
Okay.
From beginning no you who say on better that set agenda. Now one by only 1 month, 1.5 months no. I saw picky form. I saw file. I can balloting. Now we are what pro the whole Ghana, which is not possible. It is starting them.
Okay.
Submarine.
All right.
And namas here.
Right, my member. MPP 42 bright as if you come up a organizer a MPP. Beba Chomache.
So Magari.
You too, Yanko. Bogo.
No cross any because Africa as well.
Oh, no cross on MPP for you, friend now.
Oh, my menka. Magari, Banyasa. Or your MPP into your organizer no. And you're Ghana for you or Namu. Mammy Musana some Bacho. Bacho, about me, I'm Metiana.
Bacho meaning. Or say, oh, you're bound me, and yeah.
Me Pacho, me no, it's not a person. The trip party now, fun to be breaking 18, you know. Many baby,
because Mahuse or Ola chapa.
Into a dinner, okay, into what are you saying?
Na master Makaka, me person me can say. Once or Castle Obama constituencies cast. Sana, we say for the break, ebe kind. Me pacho up to now, Omunya Kanana.
Na for the break or the bright.
Animal quality. Me a pout of collar or bra one more breno opening and yes, will be to me and son of a bow.
Yo.
Before grandson when you're to me and son when you're to me no Oma who say ampa way what boy did that.
I said what the can't count on them more. Okay, better I say my next one. Or the note normally be down, maybe about your match. Macho. Hey, hello. Okay. Macho.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't want you to make a table of Angoveria.
You too.
That design.
Okay, Nyamian.
Yo. Mimiano, a bona basso. Wakasapa. Na, Yamikan Yan say, one more penal. One more dozen. And so, say, we'll be obedient to Nimbiano. Ghana Franca and will be two, nor the Abuama MPP abandoned to Maconin. In the MPP no, what is ever say, Buanoa, be Yamuano, in ye. Maybe I can tell more for Jaco.
Let us say, Mache.
Jerry,
yes, sir.
AGYEMAN.
Yes, sir.
It's saying,
Yamia Domako.
Munkaila.
Okay.
Catch on the brightest Miss Amichano.
All right.
A humanity, yeah, bo. You womb. Now, I know pay what Casa. Mammy Chammy, Mammy, Ophelia, Kwanzaa Hayford. Maybe will be an opinion channel. I mean, sure, no papa. Jerry, MPP, we're on the crossroad. We share honorable Ahukeka and the Vim. Our day Casano, honorable President Sufi Kumi, of course, all around the country. We say MPP knew you were the men. Just the problem we have is the party. They're able to name the right personnel to lead the party, other than factionalism and then fanfare show. Let's try MPP for. You may need now this time yes, IMF, and I know you want to trade. Yet the Mepuna or fashion. Honorable.
Okay.
No more to me, I can't go down. It's me a queen.
Okay, now wo and said that nani pe because or more from for including most serial callers and all. Oh, when a benefit we have in the hopper.
Yeah, honorable comedian, no crashing Yamayan Castle, no crashing Yamesi and Canocre. He's a very good man.
Okay.
He's a very, 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 very good man. Because we are grassroots now approaching with your problem in his own small way.
All right, okay.
Only be cry amount of time.
And then Bruni Becca said demonstrable track record. Mami for last one, match. Oh, okay. About your match.
Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, watching it. I probably say.
Namia Domo.
Yeah. When the infant chairman is our choir more. Intermediate national chairman. And John Bordo, general secretary. I'm not sure. Now, Mike, mini wakasa for. Now, my main training be big a crabby or the Muka Labakan is here. You put on a question, be say. Now, any pay, Ubia Becansilia college. Yeah, Munyam Waga Crefino. On the Mukala or not dear. I said, or no quo, and your college now. Now, on fair college, via say, Ebia, college Munyam Radiatia. Now, me family how crown to him. Now, said I'm better me yet. Oh, Nebi, Ebia, we are able to. Oh, Ebia, Namukala and Guana Cono, and our command Bibia. And don't you let college now or the amount.
Okay.
No, you might know, Pastor Bayano. And it's any walk Casano. So when you're to me now, onion is a pepe.
But I say,
my mom can't be a bit me. I do as a roof will be as a
okay. But I say, maybe I see a brain bright. Said no can you remember how them?
Me first say serial callers say what room ha any beyond the United. I'm going to say me boapa. Now answer them the cast and be say party ni data system be a chere say we a caller, we see a caller. It's a ma o hwehwe o mkra na obre. Now one what to me approaching me no I buy my portfolio my bread from 96. The oti here brand Movers for Change in media 2016. I sponsored the whole Ghana. We work tirelessly in every constituency. My portfolio made. But me so me business am me no and me dey serial callers and party ma I provide jobs for people because end of the day no I lobby the CEOs and all that. Now me provide the opportunity for the grassroots. From here all the way to Kulungungu behind Boku Central. Obianim say I help a lot even though without portfolio. Et you know ebana sa na che say bia me na minimum information tia. But say omo the mandate the mamia ye create data system. Omo nyina di beba so ye hu de omo so mo hia na ya boa omo in that regard.
All right. Right here call Eddie now culture.
Yeah, me to be culture ye party man nya say party no at the point bia ya to ye leaders ni year ya hwe ni year ye to me break it. Your communication system so we break it down. Serial callers omo call it from here and there. One ni baby krom because say ahana mwamra because obi LED only this obehuna delegates conference in Kwan and at TV so and at social media. But we want to let the whole party know say time as so say ye be ye nsesan ye. Na ye de ama obi asabe or dwuni nipa ho. Na ono nko ndidi. Na eno ne some of the character trait am wo. So I believe say party ni person break 80 party a ideas here am dey put no edua ba ko tumi nya kwaye. Eye nipa dodo no ne ba together no we are able to achieve. Nti omo support me omo moa me. Na mo frefre constituency executives na ade. Na ye to me make MPP bright again. That's it.
Okay. That's it. No pay. Right, Sylvie Kumi ope organizer edwo ewo MPP mo no na ene anopem ye no edi enkomo no. Or say let MPP bright again. Number 1 on the ballot paper enti delegates waka ne nsɛm de akyerɛ mo a ɛsɛ mutumi hu sɛ mobɛhyɛ no enumonyam enti bright ya wish you well pa bidi de McJerry side ma bidi dwuma de nesi yakopon ya adoma da sɛ ne yɛbɛsan de asɛm di kan brɛ Monday to Friday ebe show Ghana montie so ayo be do ban sɛ na omi obene wa Abdullahi Dasmani ɛda o mas wɔn na ɛbɔ abɛɛ de dwuma di ya de bro Dr. Faradik sɛ na yɛ executive producer police support and general manager Kennedy Asante Ose Kwesi Abwaje my channel manager then me engineers on duty Nana Abwaje na Jare wɔn nyinaa me da o mas yakobo nshiro bibia yɛkɔ DJ Toxic Oba Bebo Nyom.